Greetings, Leanne from Stitch here in Durango, Colorado, and I'm here to share with you today the So Q laser light. This laser light is the hottest notion on the market right now, and we thought we'd order one in to see what all the hubbub is about. Well, we're pretty intrigued, and I think you might be too. So what this tool does is it's a laser beam that mounts to the face of your sewing machine. Once it's mounted, it projects a laser light along the surface of your fabric, allowing you to make chain piece and make half square units or snowball units without marking them. This, my friends, will save you a lot of time. So let me tell you how it works. This laser light is mounted to the front of a sewing machine, and I'm not going to share with you how to mount the bracket because the box has some really helpful instructions on how to do that. So Mark has been gracious enough to mount this to the front of a 475 sewing machine. The laser has just been placed inside. It's powered by a USB cord, so I'm going to plug in the cord right into the USB port of my sewing machine. I am going to turn on the power switch, which is right there on the cord, and voila, you see the laser line? If you don't have a USB port in your sewing machine, don't worry. The box does come with a little brick that has you can plug your USB port in and then plug this into your power source. So you can see now the laser is projected along the sewing surface. If you have a sewing machine that is inset into a cabinet, or you are using a sew steady table, this line will project pretty far out, giving you the ability to piece larger half square triangles or just a chain piece quite easily because this is a straight line that comes all the way toward you. So to set this up, you are going to put your needle in the down position. Going to lift your presser foot, and you are going to use this seam gauge. This seam gauge has several markings on it. The black line is the middle or your needle mark. The blue lines are 1/4 of an inch, and the red lines are 3/8 of an inch. So you are then going to push this seam gauge right up next to the needle. So I pushed it all the way in, and I'm going to align the black mark with the zero on the zero mark on my table. And it's really important that you do this because you want your laser light to be straight, and this is going to ensure that it is. And you can see now that my mark is not quite straight and it's not aligned with any of the markings. Since I'm going to be making half square triangles, I want to align the laser light with the 1/4 of an inch mark on the right. So all I need to do is loosen the tightening screw, and then I'm going to just nudge this over until the laser light is directly on top of the blue mark. And once it's there, I'm going to tighten the screw and I will be ready to go. So you don't see the mark anymore because it's right on top of the 1/4 inch mark. I'm going to lift my presser foot, tuck that aside, and now I can put my half square triangle unit in place. And all I need to do now is line up the top and the bottom points of my half squares with the laser light, which now I've lined up right there. I can lower my presser foot, and I have a perfect 1/4 inch mark, so I can sew this perfectly without marking. Isn't that great? Look at that. So I've just marked the first one. I'm going to use I actually should use my cutter. I'm going to flip it around and do the other side. So just lining up my point there on either end. And I'm going to just push that through, keep that aligned with the laser. The laser doesn't bounce, doesn't move. And voila, you have a half square triangle unit that you did not have to mark, and you can just keep piecing away. This little guy is going to save you a lot of time. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, I'm sure you are going to love it. If you find these videos helpful, give us a like, follow us on YouTube, and as always, We appreciate your watching. Thanks so much.